All right, we are live on Instagram, live on Facebook, and I want to welcome you. My name is Celine Bilgin. I'm the founder of Luscious Living, where personal growth meets wellness. And I focus on hormone health, I focus on weight release, and all of these things tie into thyroid health and fertility and all those things that really make us feel vibrant and alive. I'm not even really sure where I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at the two of these. And so today I want to talk to you about the pregnancy hormone and really how to support your pregnancy. Even if you are not wanting to get pregnant right now, this is very important for you, okay? And that is because I have a lot of women come to me as a last resort for pregnancy. So like, who's going to come to a nutritionist, for example, for being pregnant? A lot of people don't think of that at first. They go to the doctor, they go to the naturopath, the functional medicine doctor, the acupuncturist, which are all really important things. Okay, I just want to say that. I love and use all of those tools and people as well for my health. But I have a lot of women come to me after years of medication and they've tried all the things in order to get pregnant and they are not successful in it. And my heart goes out to them because I can't imagine what it's like to have years of the medication and still not have success with something that is extremely important to you, right? It's like, it's a big deal. And so I have a lot of compassion and love for my clients who come to me with that, and a lot of excitement for when they do get pregnant, okay? Obviously, I can't guarantee that anyone's going to get pregnant because they work with me, but I have a pretty good track record of that, okay? So I want to talk to you. I have my notes, so that's what you'll see me referring to, about the hormone that you're going to need to have balance for pregnancy, and that is progesterone. I really want to explain this to you in a way that's going to be very, very easy to understand, okay? So progesterone is the hormone that maintains your uterine lining. There is a seesaw effect with estrogen, and that glowy glow because that you can just, and that's what maintains your uterine lining. And it makes you feel calmer. If you don't have a lot of progesterone, you're going to feel anxious, okay? And sometimes for some women, those progesterone creams also help to balance the mood as well as maintain pregnancy. But what's not being told is like these medications, you can take them, but it doesn't address always this imbalance. So if you've been having a history of irregular cycles, I used to have my period 4 to 2 times a month. 4 times. Can you imagine a month having your period? And no matter who I went to, it was like, well, here's this $500 hormone test you could take, or here is, like, we just don't know, or here's like the birth control pill or something. And so no one had the answer for why I was getting those, all those periods. And so I took matters into my own hands, and thankfully I was in school at the time. And it was really because my estrogen was high. If you're having any sort of PMS symptom, you are going to have low progesterone, okay? And if you have low progesterone, you're not going to be able to maintain your pregnancy. And here's the thing. There's something called the pregnenolone steal, which is the mother hormone, okay? And so that is actually the building block of cortisol, which is a survival hormone, as well as progesterone. Because there is a finite amount of resources for your hormones, okay, they're just material, your body is always going to favor your survival over reproduction, okay? And so what's happening is all the resources are going to cortisol, and then you're not going to have enough progesterone. And usually then you'll have high estrogen, you'll have symptoms of breast tenderness, mood swings, maybe some weight gain, things like that, okay? And so the key here is to build your progesterone. And of course, the answer kind of lies in the very beginning of what we just said, is managing the cortisol, right? So cortisol is going to be pumping out of your system when you are stressed. And a lot of people, I'll work with them and they're like, I'm not stressed, Celine. And yet they like have a side hustle or they have 3 kids. And so, or even the thoughts of like comparison, the thoughts of not being good enough, the thoughts of like, why isn't this happening faster? It's all going to help secrete more cortisol. Okay. And so the first thing would be to really start to become a master of your mind. Obviously, we all have crazy thoughts that are always firing off constantly, and we can't control all of those. But we can start to look and have a very high awareness of saying, is that thought really true? What belief do I need to have about myself in order to start to feel better and start to actually accomplish the goal that you have for yourself, right? And start to look at like, where are the areas of your life where you can feel more empowered? Because that's what's going to create more stress, even if you don't have a high stress lifestyle. And so whether you need to also have, I do have clients who are like, oh, I do acupuncture and I do yoga, all this, but they're still like high stressed. And that was me at one point too, when I was having all those cycles, okay? And so on top of managing your mind, yes, having acupuncture, yoga, journaling, meditation is going to be very important. And not just like, that's a good idea. Like if you want to get pregnant, this is something I'm going to need you to start doing, okay? And the other one is food. I have also people who also say, like I'm already eating healthy, and that's so awesome. And there's ways to target to food to actually help you with your symptoms. So you're going to want to have more progesterone boosting foods, such as beans, a lot of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kale, okay? You're going to want to have foods high in B6, and you're also going to want to have foods high in vitamin C and omega-3s. Okay, so the C is in citrus fruit, tomatoes, spinach, kiwi, strawberries, things like that. And then the omega-3s will be in walnuts, fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, sardines as well. Okay. The next one is to clear estrogen, excess estrogen. So what happens is if we are not clearing excess estrogen properly, it ends up becoming recycled back into the body, and it's going to create those PMS symptoms. And like I mentioned in the beginning, because progesterone and estrogen have a seesaw effect, if estrogen is high, then progesterone is likely going to be low. You want them to be balanced. So to clear excess estrogen, you can learn more about that in my book as well. It's called The Painless Period Guide. It is available on Amazon. And you're going to need to support your liver, okay, for the detoxification, because you do clear estrogen naturally. And so you want to have, again, those cruciferous vegetables, which will help to eliminate that and help to detox that in the liver. And then you also want to be eliminating properly. Not everyone's favorite conversation, but so important. So you're going to want to have a lot of fiber, not excluding carbohydrates, because carbohydrates have a lot of fiber. So this is quinoa, brown rice, carrots, potatoes, sweet potatoes, chia seeds, flax seeds, lots of fiber all day long, okay? Plus water, plus movement. If you're under stress, you're also going to be constipated, because just like the muscles in our arm, our muscles in our intestines also contract, okay? And so having those practices are going to be really, really important. Magnesium also helps to relax the muscles and actually helps you to eliminate. So you want to make sure you are clearing estrogen properly. I know this is just going to be a 10-minute video, but if you do have questions about that, just send me a message or comment below. Okay. And, as I mentioned, that calmness, right? And so whether you want to look at your gut health, okay, because our gut bacteria help to produce something called GABA, which is an anti-anxiety neurotransmitter. So eating more fermented foods such as kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles, miso, apple cider vinegar, but make sure these are not the pasteurized kind, because they already have no beneficial bacteria in them. Okay. And then also activating the vagus nerve. So doing breathing exercises, looking at what's creating anxiety, supporting the kidneys. Okay, the kidney energy in Chinese medicine is really important, and supporting the adrenals with, again, vitamin C, omega-3s, and salt, actually, high quality salt. So all this to say is if you're having trouble getting pregnant, please, please, please work to balance progesterone. Progesterone is going to be balanced through food. It's going to be balanced through lifestyle. You don't have to take a fancy test and spend $100 because if you're having irregular cycles or having trouble getting pregnant, that's likely one of the big reasons. Okay, there's other things to look at as well that I do with my clients, but that's just the number one thing that I see over and over again. And so make sure that if you are working with a doctor, to talk to them about it. Okay, and if they brush you off, go find another doctor. So I just have to say that. And then again, our progesterone is depleted when we're under stress, and you can boost this by eating different foods and just really, really working on balancing your health, because if your thyroid is off, that's also going to make a difference. But then again, your thyroid is also going to be impacted by stress because cortisol will impact the level of thyroid stimulating hormone that you are secreting as well. Okay. And then also just on an internal state, so just look at what are some fears that you might have about this pregnancy, what are some hesitations. You also want to look at your partner and their nutrition and their quality of sperm, for example, if you're a woman watching this. And so these are all, there's so many different facets, which I'll create more videos on this, but I really, really want to make sure that you are informed about the importance of progesterone and balance for a healthy pregnancy. So if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I appreciate you watching, and I really hope that this helps you listening out there, okay? Sending you lots of love, and thank you for watching. Bye.